Okay, shall we just start with taking 3 deep breaths?
Yeah, sure.
Mhm. Okay. Um, yeah, I'm excited.
Are
Yeah.
you able to hear my dog in the background?
No? Can you hear the water in the background? That's good.
Technology.
I think my intention is to be here and now and to move away from anything that can distract me in being totally present with you. And the dog barked, so he agrees.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I think what I really would love to chat about is I know the gift that this holistic pelvic therapy gave me. And the gift for me was this release of this ancestral trauma that I was holding in my uterus, that deep sense of grief and dissatisfaction that was in my body. This work, when I worked on myself, my own body, like fascially, myofascially, lymphatically, and then intravaginally. My teacher, when he rebalanced my pelvic floor, and I could feel so much ease and joy and rebalance within my own body. That was my motivation to offer this work, in my capacity, whatever capacity I have in this moment, to all women, so that they can find the similar ease and uh, just this deep sense of belonging inside your own beautiful body, and have reliance, just fall in love with what we have been given. So I think I'm curious to know what you experienced emotionally, physically, um energetically with this work.
Firstly, I want to say thank you for listening to the call and for going through the training and to then bringing it to so many of us. I know I really, really needed it and I found you at the right time and I'm very grateful. And since you started off speaking about the ancestral aspect for yourself, maybe I'll start with that and then go into the physical, emotional, and energetic experiences and shifts that I experienced. But just before this call, I was going through some of my journaling notes and some artwork I had made years ago about how I experienced ancestral imprints even now. And emotions that I feel that are maybe my grandmother's or my mother's, and stories that I carry, which I know that I've inherited. And I had marked body parts and written words and stories and movements that I'd find myself stuck in, um, where I would want to distract myself, where I'd have to do and do and do. And even when I felt pain, I couldn't acknowledge it, or I would not give myself the permission to just stop and rest. So even though, I may have moved on, these parts were still there in my body. And, dealing with these things in therapy or through meditation or through conversations with friends or even something like systemic constellation, all these things brought about a lot of shifts and healing. But after a point, it's still in my body. So having developed a deep understanding and relationship with it, entering the therapeutic space that you held, it was very interesting because you helped me just honor that and say, okay, um, we are not only our own physical body and we come with so much, and to allow. I think the biggest word for me during our work was just allowing. So yeah, I wanted to start with that and how um, physically I felt each body part had emotions and energetic shifts. And after every body part or every movement, you'd always ask, "How are you feeling now? What's changed?" Can we take a moment to just feel that? And sometimes it was easy to explain, sometimes it was so many layers. And um, what I liked about the work was that there was space for everything. There was space for really feeling through things and allowing. And physically, I also want to bring in the fact that I was recovering from multiple injuries and also stiffness and so many different things. And I felt significantly better after the sessions. And even now, like my posture, my ability to walk without pain, and just, yeah, walk, not only, just um, pelvic, relief and a lot of menstrual relief. Um, like, I think my period came in the middle of our work and there was no pain at all. So it's almost instant, the physical shift that I felt. Um, yeah, I think that was my most favorite part, the instant relief, um, because the work reached the place where it needed it the most. Yeah, and I felt like more than just the physical treatment, there was a lot of intuitive aspects where you just know and you'd ask me, "Hey, what are you holding in this organ? What is this body part telling you, and why are you not listening to it?" So very quickly it became emotional, and I appreciate the space that you gave for just the emotions to speak, and um, the sensitivity with which you held it was really important. I haven't experienced a massage therapy where I'm allowed to process my emotions, and I really, really needed that. Um, and it allowed me to move past so many stories.
Mm.
Yeah, and to just kind of find where I am right now, um, and to not rush ahead, to not scramble in my past, uh, to just allow again, in a deeper way, um, be okay in the stillness and silence, because like I started
So
off
let's take a
saying,
moment. It's a big one, huh?
yeah, it's a big one, and even now I'm just like saying so much, but um, yeah, I think just being okay in the stillness was something that I found permission to do during our work, which I feel is an ancestral wounding of not having that space
Mm.
within.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah, a lot shifted very quickly.
I know, and I'm still, though I feel sometimes I'm witnessing myself during the treatment because it's coming through me. And it's a way that I'm seeing, because I'm completely surrendering to the wisdom of your body. Your body, you know your body much, much, much more better, and you're more integrated and in tune with it. I'm just giving it space so that it feels safe enough for whatever needs to process, for whatever needs to come up, whether myofascially, lymphatically, your organs, your ligaments, your tissues, all communicate, all have emotions. And for them to just be held and feel safe and say, okay, we're okay. We can just be, and then just release whatever is not required in that moment. And then let's see what comes up in the next moment. I think that's what I've learned so far in the work that I've done, is a full permission space of allowance and gentleness, a lot of
Yeah.
gentleness. Yeah.
In fact, like you would slow me down every time I try to rush the release, or every time I judge my body for carrying something or for not relaxing a certain muscle. Then I try so hard, and you'd be like, "It's okay now, it's okay. It's not releasing today, it's fine. We'll try." Doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. And you don't expect a massage therapist to say that. You don't expect, practitioner to say it's okay if it doesn't happen, because I'm so used to being rushed and, like, that whole hustle mindset, which is hard to shake off.
Mm.
The kind of space that you held was so, um, like you said, you were aware of yourself and you were aware of the process happening, and your awareness on my body allowed me to just feel so held. And yeah, it's magical. I feel like that level of attention can really heal. And there's so much more happening beyond just your fingers, It's
Mm.
just a very sacred experience.
Mm. Yeah, I think I witnessed what space holding means in such a deeper way myself. Um, because I think it's the moment of that space when one can go really deep and understand what is it that my body is really trying to communicate with me? Where is it holding tension? Where is it holding emotions? Most importantly, it's, I think, can I be kind? Can I slow down enough, be kind, and just say, hey, what do you need in this moment? And it talks. Yeah. And yes, it's been a gift for me as well. So, yeah, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah. So thanks for sharing it in the way that you do. It's very nourishing and wholesome
Mm,
to be held in that way. And I know that since that time, of intensively receiving that holding, I've been able to even do that with myself more and more.
mm,
And yeah, and being okay with slowly unfolding things.
yeah.
And um, yeah, and also when I entered the session, I thought it would be something more fast paced, even though you said you go at the pace of your body. Maybe I thought the pace of my body was fast. I don't know, but yeah, I found that we were moving very mindfully. And every time we rushed past something, we'd come back and be like, no, we're going to stay. And that capacity has really informed the way I engage with my body. And um, yeah, it's really special.
And what's alive in you now? What's coming up for you now in this moment? Always in this moment, never in the
Yeah,
future.
yeah, like in this moment, I'm more aware of my, let's call it window of tolerance
Mm,
and my capacity, in other words. And um, the parts of me that want to rush ahead and want to get things done or want me to behave in a certain way so that I fit in. Um, I'm able to witness that a bit more. And maybe, my mother and my grandmothers didn't have the chance to say, hey, you know what, I hear you, but this is what I'm going to do. But my story can be different. And
mm,
I can say, yeah, but maybe I can just do this a bit slowly and in the way that also meets my own needs.
yeah.
So, yeah, that's where I'm at. And just that awareness, um, still grieving the fact that recovery might mean losing out on things, but to not abandon myself in the
Mm,
process as much as possible.
mhm.
Yeah, that's where I'm at in this moment.
For me, when there are a lot of clients of mine, they say, I'm doing this for my mother, I'm doing this for my child. And I'm beginning to understand the part of ourselves that we want to reclaim and restore or revive from the ancestors or the future generations that we may birth or have already birthed. Because it is the womb work is so collective. It's not singular. It's got everything. And yeah, I'm feeling very blessed in this moment of having been put on this path. Um, yeah. So thank you for, yeah, just the way you spoke. This just came through me. So I just wanted to share that. Yeah.
Yeah, it is really a feeling of interconnectedness.
Mm,
And yeah, the only thing that feels real
mm,
beyond everything else, when we're by ourselves and there's nothing around. This is the one, gentle whisper that is always present.
Yeah.
So it's been really lovely to be able to share in this space.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for sharing and your time. I'm going to stop the recording and then we can continue our chat.